K-pop lovers. You're tuned in to K-pop Fair, where every story hits your heart like your favorite beat. Have you ever wondered what happens when two souls are so deeply connected? Even jealousy becomes proof of love? Every time Taeyoung and Jungkook share the same frame, the air seems to shift. Suddenly lighter, warmer, charged with a feeling that words can't fully capture. What if I told you that Jungkook's most powerful promise was not sung on stage, but whispered in the quiet moments next to Taeyoung? I will never leave you. Taeyoung, the warm yet mysterious soul, surprises everyone when his jealousy shows. And yet, it's not bitterness, it's tenderness, raw and unfiltered, a reminder that even the brightest stars long for attention from the one person who matters most. There's something almost cinematic about the way Jungkook's eyes find Taeyoung in a crowd, like a radar tuned to one frequency. And that frequency is always him. Behind the flashing lights and thunderous cheers, what we see are not idols performing for the world, but two young men holding onto each other, quietly saying, "You are my safe place." Can love really be measured in stolen glances? Because if it can, then Jungkook and Taeyoung's story might just be the most beautiful love song never written. When Taeyoung gets upset, armies don't see anger. They see love disguised as longing. They see the side of him that wants Jungkook's eyes on him and him alone. And every time Jungkook notices Taeyoung's shift in mood, he moves with instinct. Soft words, a gentle smile, or a small touch that says, "I'm here." What makes this story different is that their tension never leads to distance. Instead, it always circles back to closeness, like gravity pulling them toward each other no matter what. Imagine Taeyoung sitting quietly, tired after a long day. Who's the first to notice? Jungkook. Always Jungkook. As if Taeyoung's silence speaks louder than words to him. It's the kind of connection where even jealousy becomes endearing. Because in their world, jealousy is not about control. It's about care. When Jungkook sees Taeyoung surrounded by others, his smile might stay, but his eyes betray a flicker of protectiveness. And armies catch it every single time. The truth is, Taeyoung and Jungkook balance each other like day and night. One is spontaneous and artistic, the other calm and protective. And together, they create a rhythm no one else can match. Think of the look Jungkook gave Taeyoung during that concert. So deep, so unwavering, that it felt like the entire arena disappeared. Or the moment Taeyoung casually reached for Jungkook's hand in the middle of chaos, grounding him in the simplest, most intimate gesture. These aren't rehearsed fan service moments. These are unscripted glimpses into something real, something fragile yet unbreakable. Even their disagreements become a kind of love story. Taeyoung pouts, Jungkook smiles sheepishly, and just like that, the tension dissolves into warmth. Isn't that what true love is? Not perfection, but the courage to come back to each other again and again. Their story is filled with contrasts, laughter and jealousy, anger and comfort, distance and closeness. And every contrast only makes their bond stronger. Armies know that when Taeyoung's eyes flash with jealousy, it's not insecurity. It's proof of how much Jungkook means to him. And when Jungkook promises, even without words, to never leave Taeyoung's side, it's a promise we've all witnessed through his actions time and time again. Small moments tell the biggest stories. A hand on the shoulder, a shared glance, a smile that lingers just a little too long. These moments remind us that love doesn't always need grand declarations. Sometimes it's enough to just stay. Even jealousy, when it comes to them, feels like poetry. Messy, emotional, but always leading back to love. What makes this so powerful is that we're not just watching two global stars. We're watching two people who, despite fame and distance, always find their way back to each other. Taeyoung may sometimes feel overlooked, but Jungkook never lets that feeling last. He has a way of pulling him back, reminding him that his presence is irreplaceable. And Jungkook, despite his composed exterior, can't hide the way his gaze softens when it lands on Taeyoung. That softness is everything. It's why fans say this isn't just friendship. It's not just love. It's something in between, something bigger, something timeless. Because in every look, every smile, every spark of jealousy, Taeyoung and Jungkook tell us one truth. True love always finds its way. And maybe, just maybe, their story isn't only theirs. Maybe it's ours too, a reminder that the most real connections don't need to be shouted. They're simply lived. So when Jungkook says he'll never leave Taeyoung, and when Taeyoung shows us that even jealousy can be love, armies know, this isn't the end. It's just one more chapter in a story that we'll never get tired of telling. And here's the beauty of it, every chapter feels unfinished, as though they're still writing it in real time, moment by moment, glance by glance. Sometimes the loudest stories aren't told through words at all. They're told when Jungkook leans just a little closer, when Taeyoung laughs a little softer, when silence between them feels louder than any song. You can feel it in the way armies react, not just cheering, but holding their breath, as if afraid to break the spell when these two share a look. What if this connection is more than just friendship, more than love? What if it's destiny? Two paths that were always meant to collide, no matter the stage, no matter the circumstance. Think about it. So many years, so many changes, yet Jungkook and Taeyoung remain each other's constant. Isn't that what we all long for? A person who never leaves? Behind every smile is a promise, and behind every jealous glance is a plea. Don't forget me. Don't drift away. That's what makes their story so painfully real. Because in a world where everything feels temporary, their bond reminds us that some things are worth fighting for, worth staying for. It's why every small gesture feels monumental. Jungkook resting his hand on Taeyoung's shoulder. Taeyoung turning his head just to check if Jungkook is watching. Little things that tell a bigger story. Maybe that's the secret of why their story never gets old. Because it isn't a performance, it's life. And life, when lived with love, is endlessly captivating. There will always be challenges, pressures, and moments of doubt. But somehow, they show us that even in imperfection, there is beauty. And that's why we keep watching. Because this isn't just about Taeyoung and Jungkook, it's about us. About hope. About love. About finding the one person who feels like home. So the next time you see Taeyoung's jealous gaze or Jungkook's reassuring smile, remember, you're not just witnessing fan service. You're witnessing a story unfolding, one that has been years in the making. And if history has taught us anything, it's this. No matter how far they go, no matter what storms come their way, they will always find each other again. Because that's what love does. It finds its way back. Always. And maybe that's the lesson hidden in their story for all of us. True love doesn't have to be loud. It just has to be real. That's it from K-Pop Fair, your ultimate K-pop destination. Remember, stay sparkling and always follow your heart. See you in the next video.